Sugar-free jelly donuts. We are waiting for the Bitcoin price to go up and down. I've got a juicy episode for you today. Once again, they're always juicy. There is always something important to tell you because you're a baby doll baby cake. Don't ever forget that. I recently made a GCR video, and thank you very much for liking, subscribing, press the bell button and all. I made a GCR video. GCR is the greatest forecaster in crypto. Now, the video was about him maybe being this Vivek guy or related to George Soros of some sorts, but it doesn't really matter. I want to tell you, when GCR left us, he's only left us with two key predictions that remain. So just to remind you, GCR, he's had $5 million P&Ls, $10 million P&Ls. He is a leaderboard trader. You have to be elite of elite squared to be up there and be up there consistently. So you don't just get there accidentally. Big balls, knows what he's doing, forecaster, insider, everything. You might even call him George Soros reincarnate. Now, I want to let you know, okay, so we're watching Bitcoin price. It's not going anywhere. We're watching Ethereum not going anywhere because they're obviously linked by liquidity. Hart's Law. Wink, wink. We're waiting to see what's going on. What's going on, friends? GCR left us with two predictions at the beginning of the year. He left it and then he went away. He disappeared. Now, coincidentally, Vivek dude comes out of nowhere. He's launched his presidential campaign and GCR's gone. Maybe they're funding, maybe they're friends, maybe they know each other. The point is that long-term ETH target, $10,000 is GCR's prediction, okay? Long-term ETH target. Now, I forgot the exact words he used to describe it, but I remember reading his long-term ETH target, and I thought either one of two things. Because remember, he did this at the end of 2022, around here. So I all thought, I go, man, is it the bear market getting to him? Or is it really like a long-term ETH target? Because why would you be having a target of $10,000 Ethereum when, for 2030, when we're only in 2022, 2023, and everybody thinks Ethereum's going to 10 to 15,000 plus in the next 24 months? Why would you be saying that? Maybe it's something to let us know, right? It's interesting that he or she, whoever he is, lines up with my prediction. Firstly, Ethereum, friends, just to remind you, Ethereum, third cycle. The third cycle is always a curse. Always. In every single piece of history, whenever humans are speculating on anything, stonks, whatever it is, I've shown you videos. I actually made a video dedicated to GCR. He brings it out of a text, okay? When humans have 3 rounds of speculation, the third round sucks. Why? It's because humans learn how to price in the euphoria. We get enough practice. So Ethereum is now in its third cycle. That's why I call it the third cycle curse. The first cycle blows everything out of the water if you're on a winner. Of course, not everything in its first cycle does, but that's what happens. Ethereum did 5,400x in its first cycle, or 4,500x, whatever it is, right? From 31 cents to 1,400. And then its second cycle is also fantastic. Did 60x from its absolute low. That's huge for a blue chip, by the way. You're rank 2 and he did 60x. Wow. Now we're in the third cycle. If I was to just guess, and I hope I'm wrong, by the end of this third cycle, we somehow get around the 10x. And you think, what's wrong with 10x? Well, here's the problem with 10x. Firstly, you didn't go all in at $884 on Ethereum. And secondly, you are not selling exactly on a 10x. So the average person is going to be around, you got to divide these numbers by 3, friends. That is the average divided by 3. So if Ethereum's average move was 30x over a period, the average person has a chance, if you buy in the depression, sell in the euphoria, you have a chance to get about a third of that. So if this one's going to be a 10, that's right, your average chance is going to be about a 3x. That's right. So that sucks, doesn't it? Because if Ethereum's going to be a 3x, then what the hell is the altcoin's going to be? A 9x? A 10x? You're like, oh my God, that barely gets them back to the all-time highs. I know. Why do you think this scenario doesn't look good, does it? That's why we have to really dig deep into finding maybe meme poop coins, finding other stuff. How is the new set of retailers? What do they want to buy? What do they want to get into? This is something we want to investigate. Now, I'm not saying don't go buy any of these other coins. I'm seeing a Trump coin. MOG is still here. Down, everything's down. But don't worry about these. But we got to start practicing. You don't just get in and be like, okay, what coin to buy? Because there's too many. You see the scammers and the rugsters and just everybody themselves. They've learned how to make coins fast. So if everybody knows how to make coins fast, there's an oversupply of coins. So your filter has to be super strong. And that's something we're going to learn over time. Now, Ethereum, $10,000 long-term target, that sucks, doesn't it? For like 10 years, right? You think it's $10,000, but I thought it was going to like $10,000 in the next, literally, by 2025. Well, what if he's right? You got to think about this. You already know about this, friends. You already know your path to retirement ain't coming in Bitcoin and Ethereum, despite them saying it is. I know that everybody's saying it is. I don't think so. Just too many blue chip mentality around it. And blue chips give you blue chip results. That's it. All right? Blue chips are something you can rely on over like a very long-term period. Okay, now GCR's second prediction, which is great, this is going to be our insight. He says basically crypto, because people are asking him, right? People are asking him, is there ever going to be another cycle? He says, always going to be another cycle. He says, crypto's never going to go away because it's a Macau or a Vegas casino in your pocket. People will always have the insatiable hunger to do this gambling. So when we're looking and approaching these cycles, that's something to think about. But what types of cycles are happening? Because look at the chart, doesn't tell you anything. This is, friends, this is how you know everyone's going to get wrecked. You see, I can already see 2024 forming in my mind. People are going to keep saying that the bull market isn't here, right? Why? Because Bitcoin's probably only going to be between 30K and 50K, right? That's not a bull market. They're going, oh, the bull market's coming. The bull market's coming. But this whole time, there's probably going to be degen, altcoin, casino things flying continually. You know how we know this? That's what already happened this year. So this is April. You should notice this. 1, 2, 3. On the 4th green candle monthly of Bitcoin, we had Pepe. Pepe literally launched here, and it was the right time, right conditions. Pepe did a 300,000x less than 1 month. Yeah, it had insiders. Yeah, it had a lot of these people coming in, and it did it. But it happened. It happened. I'm sure they tried to do it one time before, but it couldn't happen before. But it did happen now. That's something to think about. So we might see that again, but you wouldn't know that by the Bitcoin price. Look what Bitcoin got you. You're like, okay, Bitcoin's done a recovery candle in January this year. Congratulations, you're up 20%. And by the way, how much are you up now? 12%. You missed everything. People are going to start learning this. And then, unfortunately, what they're going to do is, instead of adapting, what people are going to do is they're going to just tell themselves, well, I'm in Bitcoin to get rich slow. You know, this is a guaranteed wealth retirement for me over the next couple of years. And now they form themselves a trap. How do you know it's retired, man? I want to ask you that. Brothers and sisters, friends and squirrels and ducks too. How do you know Bitcoin is your retirement ticket out of here? How do you know it's not going to stop at 80 to 100K and come back 30K? You don't know that. We don't know that at all. Basically, you know that you're here for the number go up. But that people, because Bitcoin's been around for so long and it's like a mounted amount of respect and maturity, people are then rationalizing and they're saying, no, I'm not here for a number go up. I'm here for change of money, change the world. I'm here to protect everybody from lower class in second and third world countries where they keep printing money. That's a bunch of hocus pocus because this breaks my heart. The people up here, friends, today, they are bag holding the coins of the degens of yesterday. You see? People bought Bitcoin here. Why did people buy Bitcoin in 2016? It was because Bitcoin did this run of, this is 6,400x. 6,400 times your money. And I didn't even start from the bottom. I actually did more than that. That's why people were buying it, right? So these people buying here, change your money, change the world, they're buying it. Why? Because somebody up from 2012, this guy is up 2,150x. That's why they're in it. They're not in it to change your money, change the world, all these other garbage narratives. Even though they're great normal narratives, but that's not going to move the needle. Despite how much money they print, it's going to go into other avenues. You're going to figure it out yourself. You'll see it. So GCR is one of the most ominous forecasters. He also did a forecast in December 2022 of all of 2020, of December 2021 at the end of the bull market. He basically said the bull market's over. Everyone's going to lose all their money. Exchange is going to go down. Stable coins are going to depeg. Most of the things he got right, he got right. I mean, it's kind of crazy, man. I wonder if you had an insider who knew that they were going to attack Luna or UST during that bear market. You never know, friends. These guys, they got evil. They're not all like, oh, wow, I'm just clicking around. It's not a fair sport. You understand? It's not a fair sport. These people have egos so big sometimes that they let you know what they're doing if you just got to listen. That's where we have to pay attention. That's why I am here, liking, subscribing, press the bell button and all, here to bring you this juicy information. We're not going to find people out there like this. I pay attention to them. I don't pay attention to these perma bears, okay? Because the perma bears aren't even around to amass a following for long enough because they disappear because they're cucks. And just so you know, friends, as well, I got a lot of people actually found me from GCR, so I'm actually thankful, actually surprised, right? GCR found me before anybody found me. Him and Mark Yusko, that's right. So Mark Yusko, genius, and GCR genius. They literally knew because you don't know any of my track record, you don't know what's going on when I was like a wee little pup. But GCR found me, and it was at the bottom of the bear market. So during down here, okay, I was making videos and saying things like this. I was saying basically just short form. I was telling everybody, look, bears are cucks. Literally, they're just cuckolds. All bears are cuckolds. And secondly, I was saying that the people who control the future narrative, they are actually bidding down there in Bitcoin. But you're not going to know until later. Okay, so back here, back when no one knew anything, I was literally saying, look, man, these weak hands, look, it was scary because you're like, man, everything's down, all the narratives, right? It's feeding into your psyche. But I was telling everyone, man, there are people buying right now. They literally control the future stories, but they're not going to tell you they're in now until the future stories come out. Isn't it crazy that, as I said this, BlackRock, coincidentally, exactly right on cue at the top of this wave, right? Lazar goes on there, right? Roca Negra goes on TV saying, yep, Bitcoin's going to change the world, here to stay. Here comes the ETF. I mean, I'm just telling you right now, friends, this is exactly what's going to happen. That's why you got to think about it again. Okay, so everybody likes this part, right? When we're on the down part and we go up. Well, what about when we're in the euphoria part? I'm going to be saying, guys, there are people who control the future bad narrative that's coming. They are selling right now. They sold their Bitcoin at like 60, 70, 80K. They know something's coming in the future. Why? Because they control that future. Okay, that's how you got to think, friends. I know you're like, hey, what's the future? What's the future? Look, you like watching a comet. You ever watched a comet, friends? There should be a comet emoji here. Here we go. You know the comet? If you're watching a comet at night, you never actually see the comet. You can just see the trail that the comet leaves. That's what markets are like. At the bottom, you're looking at the trail of dead people, the trail of tears, the trail of depression. All right. At euphoria, you're looking at the trail of people, and they've left glitter all over the pool table because they've been doing handstands naked, partying naked. There's a trail of alcohol all inside the lounge room. Who's going to clean that up in the morning? Is anybody even sleeping tonight? Right? You can see the trail of euphoria. You can see the trails of people smashing the like button, right, on different X posts because Jim Cramer is calling for $300,000 Bitcoin. You think, right? You actually think there are people out there who think that when Jim Cramer posts about $300,000 Bitcoin at the top, that it's going to be different this time because he now finally gets it. They're not going to say, oh my God, Jim Cramer's in, I'm getting out. People are still going to hold. This is what the euphoria does to you. You're dealing with a chemical reaction in your brain. You're watching the value of your labor units go up in your portfolio, and it's been rewarding you after holding for this long. So you basically have no idea. You're like, okay, now it's just getting started. Where do we go from here? Okay, so that's why the trail is super important. Sometimes people out here, GCR, me, we talk about that trail that we see, and people don't want to see the trail. They don't want to see the tail of that comet. That's why our goal here is to just to be objective as we can and to ride it for as long as we can, friends. Don't forget, you like, subscribe, bell button, all. I love and appreciate every single one of you. Going to catch you in the next one.